Hi everyone and welcome back to a new video on the How to Make a Pet Simulator X Style Game series. In this video what we're going to be doing is covering how to save your equipped pet. So when you leave and rejoin the game, your pet should be equipped automatically, and how to make different pets deal different amounts of damage, so each pet has his own damage value. And also we're going to be fixing the data saving script. Also, if you guys want to support me and want to have access to all of the project files, including the one you're watching right now, they will all be available on my Patreon in the $10 tier. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is fix the data store. So what I'm going to do is enter my data save script, and I'm going to scroll down to the load data function. Now what I realized is the bug of the value multiplying happens when you have a default value inside of the folders. So to fix that, it's very simple. We're gonna get rid of this, so just delete this and remove this else right here and this and right here. And what I'm gonna do is check if it's a default value. So just if if player data, which is this, the folder that contains all of the default folders and values. So if player data find first child to string I, so the name of the current folders that we are looping through, find first child, C square brackets 1, so the name of the value. Then what we're gonna do, then this is a default value, so value is equal to player find first child. By the way, now change this to player, not player data. So player find first child to string I, find first child, C square brackets 1. Okay, else just copy this and paste it there, and this should work. So go up here and reset your data store. So my data key, maybe just a random number, and I'm gonna play the game and see if this works. So I'm just going to hatch an egg. And okay, so I hatched an egg and I got a cat. And what I'm gonna do is just equip one, and I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. So I'm gonna send this. Okay, so it works. Now I'm gonna leave the game and rejoin, and this should hopefully work. So I should have only, okay, so coins, gems, that's good, and values. Okay, so we have the cat and we still have area 0, so we know that this works. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is make each pet deal a certain amount of damage. So what I'm gonna do is go to the pets that I have. So I have the cat, and what I'm gonna do is go to the plus icon, and I'm just going to add a number value to the model, and I'm going to call it damage, and I'm going to set it to 3 or maybe 30. And what I'm going to do is add a value inside of the values folder, and it's going to be a number value, and it's going to be named damage. It's going to be set to a default value, actually just 0, sorry. And what I'm going to do is enter my main server script. Now what we need to do is whenever we equip a pet, okay, so where is it? Okay, so remote.equip pet on server event. So whenever we equip a pet, what we need to do is set the player's damage value. So player dot values dot damage dot value is equal to, and we're gonna set it to pet model dot damage dot value, and this should work. And when we unequip it, what we need to do is set it back to 0. So player.values.damage.value is equal to 0. Now what we need to do is enter our pet follower, actually it's a main client script, and what we're gonna do is down here when we deal the damage, what we need to do is just change this to player.values. And where is it? So .damage.value, and this should work. So what I'm gonna do now is play the game and see if this does anything. So our damage value should be 30. So I'm gonna play the game. Get a pet. Actually, I have one saved, so I'm just gonna play and get this pet. Let's check. So player pets, POLARISPROG, the cat, damage value of 30, and I'm going to try to damage a drop. And it should okay, so it applies, okay, so it's 30, so it works. So we know that this works. And I'm going to double check by just changing the damage value to, okay, where is it? Where is it? Okay, damage. I'm gonna change this to 10, and I'm gonna see if this works. So just play the game and wait for this to load, get the cat, send it, and now it should deal 10 damage. So we know that this works. Okay, so now we need to check if this will save. So I'm going to leave the game because we don't want this to save. Play it again. And it should not save. Okay, so it does not save, which is a good thing. Okay, now what we need to do is save the currently equipped pet. So what I'm gonna do is just go here to the values folder, and I'm going to add a string value, and I'm going to rename it to something like equipped pet, and the value will be nothing, or maybe it will be just none. And what I'm gonna do is go to, okay, where is it? I'm going to go to my main server script, and whenever we equip the pet, what we need to do is player.values equipped pet value is equal to, and we're gonna set it to the pet model's name. So pet model name, or just pet name. Now what we need to do is we're gonna do the same thing here when we unequip the pet, but we're gonna set it to none again. Okay, so now when we play the game, when a new player is added, what we need to do is have a character added event. So player.character added connect character added connect function. That's going to take the character, and I'm just going to copy this, paste it here, and I'm going to change this to 2 seconds. So just paste that in here, and what I'm gonna do when a new player is added is just equip the pets that we have that we had equipped. So to do that, we are just going to, where is it? So we need to do this, but we also need to do the same thing on the client. So what I'm gonna do is check if player.values.equipped pet.value is not equal to none, so is not equal to none, then what we're gonna do is just, well, do this. Where is it? So we need to call this remote. So what I'm gonna do is call it from the client. So I'm going to add a remote event, and I'm just going to duplicate the remote event that I have, and I'm going to rename this one to equip saved pet, and I'm going to call it, so remotes game.replicated storage.remotes.equip saved pet fire client, and that's going to take the player and player.values.equipped pet.value. Now what I'm going to do is go back to the client, so main client script, and I really hope I have that in here, but I don't, so I'm going to go to the X client. I think it's here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do in here is whenever that is called, okay, so remote wait for child equip saved pet on client event connect function, and that's just going to take the pet name, also this. Okay, so when this happens, what we need to do is, okay, let me think, equip the pet. Okay, so what I did is whenever this is called, we are calling the on template clicked function, and we are just sending scrolling frame find first child pet name. I'm going to lower this number right here, and what I'm gonna do is go back to the server, and instead of doing this, I'm going to wait about maybe something like 10 seconds or 8, then do this, and I'm gonna see if this works. And also we have to go to the values folder and make sure that save children values and save children is set to true, so the attributes should be set to true. And also we also need to, okay, so this should work. Now what I'm gonna do is have an attribute inside of values that I do not want to save, so I'm going to add an attribute, and I'm going to, okay, so you can't see what I'm doing, but what I did is press the add attribute button, and when it asks me for the type, I pressed string, and I entered the name, do not save value, and I set it to, and I saved it, and now I should have an attribute. Now we do not want to save the damage value, and we also don't want to save the sent to value, so same thing, add attribute, do not save a value. Okay, so this should work. Now what I'm gonna do is go to my save data function on the data save script, and where is it? So do not save value, if not child get attribute, do not save value. Oh yeah, I just realized that we already scripted that, so I'm just gonna play the game and see if this is gonna work. Okay, so when we play the game, this should of course be none. So where is it? Values, equipped pet, this should be none. And I'm just going to go ahead and equip this. And as you can see now it says cat. Now I'm gonna leave the game while having the cat equipped, and when I play the game, it should save. Hopefully. So values, damage did not save. Okay, good. Now equipped pet, and it does save that, and as you can see my pet will be equipped after a bit of time. Now the other thing that we need to do is, instead of just, where is it? Okay, so instead of just, okay, where is the X client? So instead of just doing this after waiting 2 seconds, we need to do this when a remote is called. So I'm going to duplicate the remote event again, and I'm going to call it load saved pets. And what I'm gonna do is remote wait for child load saved pets dot on client event connect function pet name. Actually, no, that's all we're gonna do. Now I'm just going to paste that in. So load saved pets. Okay, good. Now what I'm gonna do is go back to my main server script. I'm sorry if this gets confusing. Okay, so character added, we're gonna wait 2 seconds, and we're gonna get rid of this, and we are also, before we do this, we're gonna call the game.replicated storage.remote.load saved pets fire client, and that's just going to take the player. Now I'm going to get rid of these empty spaces because we don't need them, and I'm going to play the game now, and hopefully this will work. So after my character is loaded, after a bit of time, it should load everything, and it did, which is great. Okay, so now we saved the equipped pet, and it should also change. Okay, so we did change our damage value, which is great, and now we have this working. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today's tutorial. If this helped, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.